And then we'll go into our moneymaker. So here we go. Alrighty, first game up is the Jazz and Lakers. Jazz minus half a point. Lakers plus a half a point. Interesting. Let's see who's out for the Jazz. Mike Conley is out on rest. Derek Favors is out. Rudy Gobert is out on rest. And Donovan Mitchell is obviously out. And then for the Lakers, LeBron James, Anthony Davis is still out. Andre Drummond, a game-time decision. Dennis Schroeder is a game-time decision. And Kyle Kuzma is a game-time decision. Let me see on NBA Fantasy Labs, our favorite Twitter account here that kind of gives us the ins and out here. Let's see if we can get any kind of solid word on these Lakers players being out, because we may take the Lakers here, depending on all of these players are playing. So let's see if we get any information here. Alrighty, Mike Conley we know is ruled out. Derek Favors is out. Rudy Gobert is out. Donovan Mitchell is out. Not getting any information on these Lakers players. Markieff Morris is questionable. Dennis Schroeder is probable. Kyle Kuzma is probable. Alrighty, and Andre Drummond is probable. So all those players are probably playing, even though they're listed at game time decision. They are probable. So interesting here. Who are the Jazz going to be kind of working with? They are on a back-to-back, which is definitely never great. No team likes playing in the back-to-backs. But let's see what we get here. Let me just refresh what this kind of Jazz team just did yesterday. Why can't I find what this Jazz team is at? Right here. Alrighty, so they're going to have to rely on Bojan Bogdanovic, Joe Ingles, Jordan Clarkson's going to get a big role, and we kind of know when he kind of, is the main kind of facilitator on the floor, he kind of goes a little bit of a ball hog a little bit. So probably going to stay away from this one. Lakers at home should get it done over this kind of lackluster Jazz team. So we'll take the Lakers plus half a point. We'll see if they can get it done without everybody of the Jazz. I think they do. Alrighty, let's keep going here. Pistons, Wizards. Pistons plus 5. Wizards minus 5. Alrighty, Wizards in a back-to-back. Let's see if they can kind of keep up their winning pace to try and get into that play-in tournament. For the Pistons, Rodney McGruder is a game-time decision. Dennis Smith is a game-time decision. Hamidou Diallo is a game-time decision. For the Wizards, Davis Bertans is a game-time decision. So we'll see if he's back to go or not. We're not sold 100% on this Wizards team. It's a good story. It's somebody good to root for. But on a back-to-back, not feeling confident here. So we will stay away from the spread here. Pistons, obviously trash as well, so we'll stay away from it. Two not good teams. We usually stay away from those. All right, then we get the Cavs and the Bulls. Cavs plus 2.5. Bulls minus 2.5. Alrighty. Think I like the Cavs here a little bit if everybody's good to go, and everybody's good to go. I mean, we're going to get, Jared Allen, Darius Garland, Colin Sexton, all looking good. And then for the Bulls, Thomas Satoransky is a game-time decision, and Zach LaVine is out. So we're going to take the Cavs plus 2.5 here. Bulls on a back-to-back. They just lost last night. We still know Kobe White is still doing decent, filling in for Zach LaVine, but nobody else is stepping up, and that's what we know, and Kobe White can't go above and beyond. We know that. So Cavs plus 2.5 here. They've got the better offense with Colin Sexton and Darius Garland and Jared Allen. I mean, they should be able to do whatever they want against this Bulls team. Points need to come from somewhere on this Bulls team, and we see time and time again nobody stepping it up here. So I think I get the better team overall plus the points. I absolutely will take that. Cavs plus 2.5. Love that value. Alrighty, then we get Grizzlies and Bucks here. Oof, Grizzlies plus 8.5. It's going to be tempting, but let's see who's all in and out. For the Grizzlies, Brandon Clark's a game-time decision. DeAnthony Melton is a game-time decision. Jaren Jackson is still out. And then for the Bucks, it's just Dante DiVincenzo is still out. Alrighty, the Bucks, they were winning games without Giannis. Giannis comes back. They're still winning games, so very well done by them. Grizzlies just won last night. They are on a back-to-back. They just ended up beating the Bulls. But we know about this Grizzlies team. We can't really rely on them. They are very kind of, very much average-ish, maybe slightly above average against kind of the worst teams, but just average against some of these better teams like the Bucks. So we'll stay away from this one. I want to see if the Grizzlies can be competitive in this game. Not ready, not willing to bet it here, so we'll stay away from it. And then that brings us to the last game of the night, the Suns and the Spurs. Spurs are on a back-to-back. They just played last night. Suns did not play last night. Trey Lyles is a game-time decision for the Suns or for the Spurs, and then just Abdel Nader is still out for the Suns. So I'm ready to rock with the Suns minus 10. We chose a minus 12.5 the other night, 2 nights ago, against the Kings, and they won by 8, just kind of squeezing us a little bit. But let's beef up our moneymaker to a 3-teamer tonight. Suns minus 10. They should have no trouble covering that. We know the Spurs team is very, very lackluster in like everything they do. They can't beat bad teams. They can't beat good teams. They always lose. They had a chance to kind of win last night, unfortunately did not take it, and they lose against the Blazers team with no Damian Lillard. So can't trust the Spurs. That is the message to take away from that. So we will take Suns minus 10. So our moneymaker is Lakers plus half a point, Cavs plus 2.5, and Suns minus 10. Feeling good, man. I'm feeling good. Once we know, I mean, we were doing real good with our moneymakers right before the kind of all-star break, before everybody took a break, and we got it figured out then. And then, so we can figure it out, and then the trade deadline, along with kind of, the mid-season break kind of, threw us off a little bit. We once again had to kind of learn it a little bit more. What are these new teams with these new players? So we are starting to get it figured out at this kind of end of the regular season, and that's kind of what we do. We get it right before the All-Star break. We get it right before the end of the season. So we are learning as we're betting, and we're getting it done at the right time. So feeling real good about these picks tonight. Lakers plus half a point, Cavs plus 2.5, Suns minus 10.